So these are a few of the activities that I have for Te Reo Māori, and I don't have all of them down there because I have yet to get through the whole of the course. But what I do have is the start of the program, so pronunciation. Some of the ones for pronunciation are here for recording your the sounds. This has been picked up by Renee, which she uses with her class, and the activity comes with a template and students can record over top of the template.
He, ke, me.
That way you can give feedback on their pronunciation. You might get them to re-record, or might be something that you ask them or go over a particular sound when you're in the Zoom session. An extension activity I have for pronunciation is this one here, where I've this is the longest place name in the world, which happens to be in New Zealand and in Te Reo Māori. So I started off with a template, but then I removed it so that the students could respond in different ways. So here you can see is when the students used the template, whereas Hedda created her own and Hermione decided to record without.
Taumata whakatangi hanga ko au o tamatia tiripu kāpiki mea ngā horunuka pōkai whenua ki tana kahu.
So that was Hermione, and then we have, this is a challenge so that the kids get to do it if they choose. Pronunciation is something that runs throughout the program because it's one of the things that I want to look at and assess. So I often add that element of voice recording into my tasks. So for our basic introductions with our farewells and greetings, I started off with a template, but then I removed it. So Katie here used the initial template, but students, once I removed it, students like to record themselves in different ways. Some examples here with Katie using the template.
Kia ora, morena. Ko aitoa ingoa. Ko Katie tuku ingoa no South Auckland ahau. Ko Waitoa ingoa. Ko Sky tuku ingoa no South Auckland ahau.
So that was with during the COVID, and Sky isn't a student in our class, but that was someone who Katie was obviously then teaching the language so she could complete the activity. Then we had students who, Thomas here did it with his mum over COVID.
Kia ora, morena, ko Waitoa ingoa, ko Toma toku ingoa no Auckland ahau, ko Waitoa ingoa, ko Adrienne toku ingoa no Auckland ahau.
And then we had students who opted to do it over the phone during COVID.
Kia ora, morena. Ko Waitoa ingoa.
And we had kids who didn't want to be on video, who just wanted their voice.
Kia ora.
Morena.
Ko Waitoa ingoa.
Ko mana toku inga no Auckland ahau. Ko Waitoa.
And then record with each other in school.
Kia ora, tēnā koe, ko Waitoa ingoa, ko Siobhan toku ingoa no South Auckland ahau. Ko Waitoa ingoa, ko Vincent toku ingoa no South Auckland ahau. Ka kite anō. Hei konei rā.
One of the activities for greeting and farewell, but also something that I'm beginning to do with all of my modules, is getting students to write down their language so that they can have it somewhere where they see often around the house. Over COVID, it was great. They had it at home, so I got them to say where they had put it up in their house. And this is a way for the language to sort of sink in, something that I picked up from another teacher. And a way to take the language back into their home. And also a way to use Seesaw so it's not all online. You're integrating stuff that is done by hand, but allowing students to share what they're doing in the online environment. This is a greetings and farewells activity combined with pronunciation. So it's one where I used a template. I have given them instructions with my voice also. And here they could use the text tool to type in what greetings they would use. So I'm not saying specifically a right or wrong answer. They've covered a range of greetings and farewells, and this is where they could choose which they would feel more comfortable using. Or in this task I got them to type in, and then before they recorded it I corrected some of their macrons. So you can always go in and edit their tasks. So in this one I just chose to use the pen, but I could have gone in and taken out where letters were there incorrectly. Once that I had gone in and looked at their language, I got the students to record over top as they were pronouncing.
Morena e hoa, morena e whana, ahi ahi marie e kaiko, tēnā koe, ko waito ingoa.
This activity was to do with family. So we had given an example on here of what we were after, and given quite a few instructions so that students could copy and paste the words in easily. And some students were here, they could draw or upload a photo. And here we have Tia, who decided to upload a photo, but she also took a photo of her drawing and then recorded her introduction of her family.
Ko Sam tēnei ko ia tuku tūngange, ko Ingi tēnei ko ia tuku pāwha, ko Whi tēnei ko ia tuku mama.
Whereas I also have the option here, if you would like to, is you can enable a sample student, which allows you to respond as if you are a student. So this was my sample student, just highlighting how I could use the plural of my family members. For the culture aspect of learning languages, you can also use Seesaw activities. So this one here was around exploring the marae. And it's handy for these ones to be able to put in links. So you can put in links to websites, give them some instructions, and then students can submit however they like. So there's no template here. So this one was using Māori maps to find their local marae or their own personal marae, and to just give us a little bit of information on that. So once she submitted this, Katie submitted this one, I've just said in the comment here that it would be great to hear your experiences at the marae, maybe type in a few notes over top, or record a memory of when you visited. So you can use the activities as a base point, but then once they've been submitted, the students can always go back and easily edit and add more depth to the activity. Here is an activity on emotion. So as an example, we have added in the slide from our Google Slides lesson. This will be something that we would have gone over as a group. So these are Renee's students. We've added in the Quizlet link in here if they wanted to practice it before they did the activity. And then students come in and you've provided a template also. So they use the text tool to then put in their response. Again, this is an activity where there's no absolutely correct response. Students are choosing what they want to put in here. So they are given a situation, and they get to choose from the language that they've learned how they would respond. As an add-on to this, once the students have submitted it and you have checked the language, you could then ask them to edit their activity and to record their pronunciation. You can see here that not only has Renee responded as a teacher, looks like Elle's mum has also come in and commented about her learning here. This is an activity that relates to kaitiakitanga, and one that Renee has worked on with her students. So they have done a little bit of work in the classroom slides. She's got a link in here to the story, and she is asking students to have a think about caring for the land, and students can come in here and respond with text. They can also have the opportunity to just record what they're saying if they don't feel that typing is as easy to express what they're thinking. This activity, we have used both a template and an example. So the example here is using pronouns with different people. So this students are able to click on this when they respond to easily refer back to it when they are responding. And we've also used in here a template. So students can come in here and they can move the words into where they think that would best make sense. As you can see here, there are a few things that can move, but we can do some adjustments around locking these so they don't move. So then the words you want them to move can be, and then you can actually come in here and lock the sentences to make it a little bit easier for the students to navigate. So those are a few of the activities that we have created and assigned to our students, and that our students have contributed with their learning. And if this was useful, we can make another post with some different modules, and also for subjects outside of languages.